came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I swear I meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart and they are beautifully aligned. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in its place. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times.
the design.
Okay, like they,
I think I hear what you're saying. So like
because I only because when we had because my daughter was born
yes,
right after I had the HVAC put in,
yes,
and she is 15,
I got it. Okay, got
and
it.
Emily is not.
All right, got it. I still think
Um,
the worst like I don't know what you call it, service professional, like the to be to be hot
like
is your
to have as a job or to
no
or to
the like as an individual, like the person who's worst to have in a service position that is giving you a service that
yeah,
it sucks to be hot is your dental hygienist, because you will flirt with her naturally as one does and chat,
right.
and then you will sit in the chair and she will scrape all of the disgusting crud off your teeth that has accumulated for the past 6 months. And
Oh,
that
not if you make sure that you're because I have a very attractive dental hygienist, and so I keep
yes,
my mouth spectacularly
I mean,
clean.
as
It's
do
not because the
I,
dentist
as
tells me
do
what to
I.
do,
But it's because you
but
don't want
so
her to see your cruddy teeth.
she finds very little, and so
But
I
it's
have
not zero, is what I'm saying.
it's
It's
not. Oh
like
no, it's not
it's
zero.
never zero. They
Um,
always scrape something off of
but
there. It's like a
but but she also happens to be related to the creator of The Simpsons. So
is that true?
you know,
Growing?
yeah. So yeah, she's Al Jean's niece.
Well,
Um, uh, so uh, when and she's very young, so when The Simpsons were on, uh, she was just like when they were a huge thing. She was just like,
because
oh yeah,
it's
that's that stupid thing.
season
Like
32 now or whatever it is, right? Some kind of
it's like yeah,
crazy.
my uncle's stupid thing like
Yeah.
that he does or whatever. It's like with the orange people or
Right, we're
whatever.
now multi generational with The Simpsons. They started on the Tracy Ullman show. Remember that her sketch
Yeah,
comedy
yeah, yeah.
show? Yeah,
Yep, nope. Started
which
off
was a
Tracy
pretty good
Ullman, and
show actually.
then
That was a pretty good show. Tracy Ullman.
yep, that was actually one of the few things like my it was something that my dad watched that I also watched that we like
I
found
see.
because my dad would watch like the Barbara Mandrell show and
Yeah,
and like just
sure.
any sort of
Not your
just like
thing.
it was all this country western shit
Right.
and especially uh
Country western.
when like cable when the Nashville network and stuff became a thing
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s when they started really getting these highly specific cable channels and it's
Yep.
like oh my god my grandfather would just sit there and watch line dancing
Right.
it's like and it would just you know and it just like taking place in some fucking saloon in Nashville.
Right.
Um, but so yeah, so I had the dirtiest compressor that either technician had ever seen.
Got
And
it.
so
Got
that
it.
is something that I could be proud of.
And you had a very attractive HVAC technician cleaning your compressor. She cleaned it good. She get all your
Yeah,
pipes.
she did.
She blew out the pipes.
It's
Did
a compressor.
she-
There aren't pipes. You
There
don't
are
blow out. There's
tubes
the
that
only
come out of
pipes
a
they're
compressor.
for Freon.
Tubes.
No, well, there's the
and
small. Okay, but for the
pipes.
Freon, it's the you don't clean them.
And you
know
can't outgas that. You have to
I got-
dispose of
I
it
can't-
properly.
But okay. Now you're changing the subject.
And I'm sure she
So,
disposes of things properly.
I,
And I think it's
she's a
great.
very nice person,
I'm sure.
and
It's fantastic.
she's a lovely person with a lovely career, and
Yes.
I'm
And they lovely
sure
other things.
I'm sure she probably has a giant marine seal boyfriend or something like
We'll
who's
snap our necks.
somebody who could turn me into powder. Yeah.
Turn you into powder. All right. So we're live. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see everybody back. We are back.
Everybody.
Yeah, no major issues this week, so I think we're good, right? It was.
Yeah, Vanguard was on time.
I was on
You know,
time. You
I'm-
were on time.
Well, always on time.
The questions
so-
were ready. You're always on time. The questions were ready as
Yep.
always. Our back department's really getting it done. Shout out to them. Shout out to you, Green Pants. Actually, you are the back department.
Well, I make them laugh back there. I try to, and
I
I
know
also, I know you don't like this, but like I give them drugs, and so
which
they kind of do what I want, and so they'll do it for the drugs.
That's great. All right, well, how about we get to our
It's
first
like just-
question?
It's just what? Oh, yeah,
We have questions because again,
it's fine. I mean,
Great.
it's just like weed and shit, but like I can get it medicinally, and
Right,
it's
I
like,
get it, and you pass
I
it
can
on.
it's like I
They
cut a
say
little
it.
bit. Obviously, I take a little bit for myself.
It's,
It's a win.
they say it promotes
Some
creativity.
goes to the state, some goes to me.
Right, everyone gets a cut.
You
yes.
know, some goes to my kids' college fund, and everybody gets high.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. So,
Anywho.
so first question comes from Lily from Austin, Texas. Lily says, "My roommate and best friend for years is gay, but he grew up in a conservative Christian household. Ugh, he watches gay porn,
Mm.
chats with men online, etc. I encouraged him to explore sexuality however he felt safest. Then he said, 'These feelings are my trial from God, and I won't fail him.' Now he's found a conservative Christian woman he plans to marry." Oh, Lily's friend. "I don't know her, but I know women like her. Years in lives used up by people who couldn't or wouldn't admit the truth to themselves. What is my moral responsibility here?" Wow.
Oh God.
Because our normal
Damn.
policy, as we know,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
none of
yeah.
your business,
This is a
right?
really complicated
This is a
question
tough one.
because it violates our basic
It
rule
does.
of you know, uh
It totally does.
whenever it involves inserting drama into a situation, you just do nothing, kind of thing. But it's like, yeah, whenever we say, should I tell X about Y? It's like,
Usually
no,
no,
just
right?
stay out of
But
it.
this,
Um
however,
this so okay.
yes,
So okay, this is hard because you're watching someone who, because
you
if
care.
he's your
She
best
cares
friend,
about, right?
right. So you're watching someone that you deeply care about, um and it probably feels like a slow motion train wreck because for uh that there's this innocent woman out there that's like not has no idea what she's signing up
No
for.
idea.
And so if you uh saying anything to her has a huge chance of backfiring,
Right.
and she
Agreed.
probably wouldn't believe you, or anything like that. Like I think
He's still gonna watch the gay
like
porn. He's still gonna chat with the men online. It's not gonna go away,
right.
right?
I well, so yes. So what because as she said, what he's basically done is he's internalized his narrative. So his um basically, like, he's by saying like this is a trial, he's willing to like sacrifice his happiness for God. But
Right.
like that's not what this girl signed up for. And so I so I think so from if she's asking what the moral responsibility is, I think it's to have a direct and honest conversation with him, um and being completely frank and honest, and not about control of like
Right.
seeing what happens in the situation, but like your moral responsibility um is to be like, you know um hey, I love you, but I like you've told me, about the feelings that you have, and entering a marriage not being who you truly are is
Mm-hmm.
not passing a test. Like that's not a you're building a life foundation that isn't real,
Right.
and that's not fair.
Right.
I think if you present it that way, like, um because you can say like, I'm really scared you're going to break your heart,
Mm-hmm.
and this other woman. So
Right.
like, I'm telling you, like,
It's gonna end in
obviously it's your
heartache for
life,
everyone. It's
but
like
you know but like, once you've said it, it's like that's all you can do.
fucking Texas too. Yeah, you just say your piece, right? He's your best friend. Say your piece. Tell him, look, I think you're making a mistake. You're gonna set yourself up for a miserable life. If you are attracted to men, you should pursue relationships with men. Yeah, this is
I mean,
horrible. This is horrible.
where the I understand where the like, where people are like, no, no, she deserves to know, because it's like, she's entering into a contract under false pretenses,
That
you
too,
might say. So it's
right?
like,
Which is
you know
betraying God,
um
right?
uh and so but
We're gonna put ourselves in their
if
shoes.
but if you go and tell her or whatever, chances are, yeah, it will backfire, because like, if she's, very conservative Christian, she's been primed to basically ignore people coming and saying things like that.
Right.
um and it would end up like casting you as the villain role and all this stuff. It's like, that's just that absolutely applies to our rule of do not
Right.
insert drama into the
Correct.
situation.
Talking to her is inserting the
Because
drama.
talking
Talking
to
to
him
him
and
is
having
being your friend.
is
Is being his friend.
yeah, and that's not
Right?
that's not drama.
It's not
That's
drama.
having a conversation.
That's right.
uh
That's right.
but it's like your moral leverage is forcing him to tell her,
Mm-hmm.
but it's his thing to do.
Yep.
But yeah, that sucks. Like that. Like, yeah. She does, because there's no way, if the girl doesn't actively, like, it's like, yeah, if you even explain it, like, does she, like, think of this woman, does she deserve to have a man who is actively fighting his attraction to men? Like, is that cool? Like, think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nobody wins.
You know what I
Nobody
mean?
wins in this situation.
Regardless
if
of
she
how
gets
you
married.
feel, it's just like, that's not a nice thing to do.
And this happens so much, and it makes me, it's freaking tragic. That's what it is. It's just horrible. Another thing, too, and I was just checking the verse to make sure I had it right. Leviticus 18:22 is the magical verse that says that thou shalt not, as with a male, you shall not lie down with a woman is an abomination, right? That's the one sentence, Leviticus 18:22, that started this whole fucking thing, right? Tell them to do some research on that passage, because there's a school of thought, but of course the mainstream church will not promote this thought, but it exists, that when the Bible is translated into English, it's a mistranslation. The original word that it uses for male can either imply male relative or child, or two different interpretations. So it could be saying, don't sleep with your nephew, right? Or someone underage, or be a pedophile, basically, is what the verse really means, and not what people have taken it to mean, because they're all homophobes. The modern church.
Right. Well, because I mean, the Old Testament is essentially, I mean, the Jewish holy book, the Torah, is the Old Testament.
Right.
And so that same set of, so while modern day Jews do, like, the kosher rules follow some of the more, like, obscure ones, like the okay, it's like you can't mix the meat and the milk and all of that, but
rules governing human behavior, kind of stuff.
Ones that is not talked about, or that is homosexuality. As someone who has, like, been in the Jewish community, it's like a long time, like, I have not seen any homophobia whatsoever.
Not a thing.
It's like, and I mean, I'm sure there's, but in terms of visible, it's like, I mean, like, when every bar and bat mitzvah I've gone to has, openly gay couples with children, that they've had, or whatever, it's like, I can think of like 5 or 6.
Right.
So
right, exactly. I would strongly recommend people review this, because if you look at the original Hebrew, right, the word is pronounced zakar, which is many argue means male child and not man. So.
Right. My issue with this is you're giving them. You're conceding too much ground by even having the argument of, like, what this fucking book says.
Agreed.
Because it doesn't matter what the original. It's all a thing.
It's all made up
by people to, like, control,
to regulate behavior.
Societies at different times, and
regulate human
It was
behavior.
basically just a system of laws and codas
to make sure people behaved and would stop doing bad shit.
The people in charge.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it switched as benefited those in power,
right?
As things always do. It's
interpretations change.
Oh, Constantine, you know what? I'm changing the entire dynamic of a whole hemisphere.
Yes.
By just being like, everyone is now Christian.
Right.
Whoa.
Done.
I mean, what if that hadn't happened like that?
And then King James comes along and says, "Oh, let's go with this book, this book, this book. Let's leave out this book. Let's go with this book." It's like, how can you even take it seriously? It's like
you have the Council of Nicaea, where everybody's, essentially saying, okay, we've got like 80 texts to go through, but we're gonna pick, a few of these. Okay, all the ones by the women, nope,
out.
Like any story that involves a woman as protagonist,
right?
They're just whores,
like exactly.
and vessels, like that's it's. I mean,
temptations
it's really
for
quite,
men. Yeah. Begat from.
That's why I get what's in it. I get, like, religion. I get what's in it for men, but I don't understand for
I cannot understand any woman. I cannot understand. I can't understand Christian women. You're taking a deliberate action to second class yourself, which is mind-boggling. Like, why would you do that? It's because life's hard. Come on, suck it up, Buttercup.
Right.
Like,
I mean, that's not all. That's not all Christians, but that's these more, the very conservative.
I'm talking about the heavily. I'm talking about the heavily conservative. Of course,
not your average Methodist or whatever.
Right. Of course. And Unitarians love the Unitarians. They're great.
Right. Because they're kind of like, hey, everybody, whatever.
Like a social club. It's a community social club. Okay.
Right.
Call it whatever you want, kind of thing. All right. So, Lily, your question, more responsibility. Talk to your friend. Don't talk to the fiance. And say to him, hey, your feelings aren't going to go away. You're going to ruin your life and make both of you miserable. Have you really thought about this? That's the gist of the conversation in a constructive way.
Right.
Hopefully your friend will be receptive to.
Having that, just having that honest conversation, and you'll just do it once.
Yes.
It's like,
and then you've done your piece.
It's a one-time thing. You've done it, and then, and you know what? If this thing collapses down the road, then maybe you can be there for your friend later. But do what you can to, stop it before it happens.
Exactly.
But what you can ends after being honest with him.
Yeah.
That is what it doesn't. It's like, oh no, I could. Well, yeah, I'm pissed. You could.
Yeah, you don't go run down the aisle and tackle him to,
Right.
No, that's too far. You're going too far. All right,
no
so
drama.
Lily, good luck. It's horrible to see your friend go through that, and I hope he finds his own personal truth and doesn't go through.
Yeah, because that's just bad for everybody.
Not for everybody. Not for everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next question comes from Seema from Dover, Delaware. Seema says, "Help! A friend, coworker, and I were texting, and then there was a break in the texting, and so I was away from my phone. I'm a 38-year-old
that's
woman.
An old...
Is it? Nope.
Yes.
Nope. This is new.
Yeah. Yes, what you were just reading before, but I'm a 38-year-old woman is correct.
Oh, I might have pasted poorly. Let me confirm. We want to make sure we're getting the accurate.
I think you're a poor paster in general.
I could be a poor paster.
Kind of a pasty poor paster.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm a poor paster. All right, let me fix the question, we don't want to cause any confusion.
Did you
the first sentence? I missed pasting over the first sentence from last week.
Is that it, or how many more fuck ups are we gonna have?
Yeah, exactly. Who
Who
could say?
No.
Who could say? The technical side of the operation, very unprofessional.
All right.
So Seema is a 38-year-old woman.
Running a business
has
here.
No idea how to masturbate. I wanted to try it out, so I watched a bit of porn to turn myself on and get wet. I stuck a finger in, and it moved, but it just felt like I had a foreign object inside me. It did not feel any good in particular at all. I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Do you need to watch porn while doing it? Be more turned on? Try something else? I've always liked smutty books, but I've never touched myself in a sexual way before, and I think maybe it is not for me. Seema. Okay, well, different things stimulate different people, for sure, right? It's
Okay, first of all, holy shit, have you come to the right place?
Yeah, we can help you with masturbation.
As two middle-aged white men,
we know how to.
We are probably definitely de facto experts on helping a 38-year-old woman learn how to masturbate.
Yes.
Like, who else to come to but white men? And we are thrilled to assist,
right,
as always.
Right.
Just
exactly.
I think the issue here is that, like, masturbation isn't the mechanics. Like, there isn't a button to press, but there is a little man
kind of a button. There's a little man in a boat. Yeah.
But first of all,
it's a process of self-discovery, right?
Right. And often too, the digital penetration is not where the majority of, at least from the published literature that knowing it's the stimulating the clitoris. So you got to basically that's what finding the man in a little boat, giving him a good rub down. That's kind of like their first
swab the deck, so to speak.
First step. Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's setting the board.
Yes. Yeah. So your clitoris is, I think, where you want to start playing, right? And you got to be open-minded, right? You can't be like, oh my god, like if you go in and tell yourself like, oh my god, this is stupid. What am I doing? You're not gonna feel anything, right? You got to be open, explore. You got to have a very exploratory mindset. Take your hand, do what you did before. Get some of that wetness on you, which is great. It means your body's slightly turned on in some capacity, right? Rub your clitoris up and down, around, play with it, see what feels good. Go from there.
The definitely do not think of it as a task that needs to be accomplished, because that
ruin the mood.
Because it has to be like when you have time and you have nowhere to be, and you can just have time to explore and not try to figure out, okay, mechanically this is how I do this thing.
Right.
It's just that's not how that works.
Right. I assume she's a virgin too, because you talked about foreign object, by the way. So I assume she didn't say it, but I assume.
Yes. We are assuming. If not, but yeah, but like, do you have to watch porn? No,
Right.
but it might help. You
Right.
know, just like, reading books might help or not. Or some people can,
She likes the
it's like,
smutty books. She loved
um,
the smutty books.
when I was 18, I could raw dog it to a Sears catalog. It's no
Anything.
problem. But like
J.C. Penney
anything,
lingerie
I could do it
section.
mentally. No, I could do it mentally. Like you could just like visually.
Like your math
Like
teacher
I
would
didn't
be in a
need any
certain
sort of
outfit or
outside.
position or something.
Nothing. I mean, I'm saying just like I mean, I could go into a as you do, go into a public bathroom and have a masturbation session with nothing as
But you didn't
material
put images in
added.
your head about.
Yeah, purely using my own spank bank.
Right, well, right. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
my own
Using
mental
memory,
spank
of course,
bank. Yeah.
of course, of course. I mean, of course, as one does. So I think Seema. So yeah. So
that your pipe.
you definitely. Yeah, you have to approach it from an exploratory option and see what makes you feel good, right? And again, playing with the clitoris technically should make you feel good. Now, green pens. I've never had the occasion, but I'm sure these people exist. Are there? Because most women, almost all, I'll say all women I've been with, had the pleasure, have been either clitoral or G spot or both sometimes, right? So, I've never met a woman that was only G spot. See what I'm getting at there? So I wonder if Seema could potentially be.
Yeah, and neither. Yeah, no, yeah, neither have I. It's
Okay.
only been like
Normally, if someone's
only-
G spot, they're also clitoral, is what I have found.
It's
It's
I have found that clitoral is universal,
right.
and then G spot is
A little
sporadic.
bonus.
And some people have the gift,
Right.
and some other ones, it's the same thing with the ability to have multiple orgasms.
Right.
Some people can only have one. Some people can have multiples.
Yes.
At least as far as women go. For
Yes.
men, much harder to have a multiple orgasm.
Yes.
Because
Because stuff
our
comes
equipment
out.
sucks.
Stuff comes out. We go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes down.
yeah, we really. I mean, and we are aware that we have far less of a good time than you guys do.
Totally.
So like that's it's
That was it.
Definitely.
Did you ever hear about that? We have far less of a good time. It's true. We want it more, but you enjoy it more. Isn't that weird?
That's what it seems to be, because it's like I wish it was, because it's all like okay now.
There was a story.
You control the ending.
Yeah, there was a story in ancient Greek myth about Zeus and Hera having a fight and about who enjoyed sex more. And then they knew there was a human who got turned by the gods from one daughter to another. I don't remember which way it went, right? I think it was a male that got turned to a female and says, who enjoyed sex more? And he's like, women enjoy sex more. And then Hera was infuriated. So she turned this person into some horrible creature. You know what I mean? Because you can't lose an argument.
Yeah.
But,
because we are the playthings of the gods.
yes.
But yeah, that's how the Greeks told each other stories. So it was just like,
right.
yep. So
Yep.
the gods.
That's how it happened, and they were talking one day. Yeah, exactly. All right, so Seema, again, go again, quiet by yourself, get in the mindset of exploration, lay back, caress your own body, enjoy the sensation of the touch, play with the clitoris slightly at first, and then change it up depending on what feels good, and build up the energy from there. Right. Should
bullet the energy from there.
Something. Build up.
Oh, build up the energy from there.
Up.
Right.
Yeah. And go from there. I'm just going with the possibility. If you are a G-spot stimulated person, your initial finger exploration probably did not cover that possibility. Right. So
I think you're also looking at it as this is a foreign object in my body.
Right. Exactly.
Or,
the other thing you might want to do or put into the mix. You can still put it inside, especially if you want to get your finger wet. Right. So get your finger wet, play with the clitoris. But putting your finger in and doing the curve action, the come hither action, put it in, curve up, find that G spot, should be right up there.
Well, now you're getting into it's getting more complicated.
Sure.
We're just saying
clitoris should be a home run.
We could do this all day, but I'm just saying we've got more questions to answer. So I think we got to move on to
questions. We do. I know. So Seema, good luck and send us video. Wait, I mean, no, I didn't say that. Good luck with your endeavors.
No,
of course, do that.
That
good luck.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing news of your first orgasm. That would be very exciting. Okay. Brooklyn. This person's name is Brooklyn from Long Grove, Illinois. I need sex advice. For lack of a better term, I tend to squeeze down there during sex. I'm doing it basically the whole time. I'm not sure why. Do you think that squeezing is hurting anything on me or my partner? Is there any way to start making myself relax during sex rather than clenching all the time? Squeezing, many consider to be an excellent time.
But, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise known
Like,
as the
like,
gift, the gift of the
yeah.
Kegels.
Well, I mean, because for many people, as Vanguard said, the squeezing can lead to more, arousal because obviously there's more,
Tighter, more friction.
friction there.
Mhm.
But I think where your from your standpoint, I think what's happening is, you know, where that is your pelvic floor. And
Right.
so when if you're feeling uncomfortable, that will those muscles will like kind of seize up. So if you're doing
Yes.
it the whole time and it's constantly, so if you're clenched through the entire sexual session, like that's something you probably want to work on,
Yeah.
because you can definitely
Yeah.
help that, I think, because like the what is it called, hypertonicity?
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
yeah, um which is like that's basically, it's called involuntary tension.
Right.
And so it's like it's tense, but you can't really do anything about it. So yeah, that's you're
Like,
clenched like this, but you're
yeah.
like, okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, and it's also it's also an involuntary kind of defense mechanism,
Right.
because that's what your body does when it's like it pulls back
Being
and like it restricts the blood flow, and
Penetrated
that's
by
just part of,
something.
yeah,
Just happening. Right.
so that, yeah, so your pelvic floor just goes automatically and clenches. So
Mhm.
so over time it's going to become like your baseline, and that's not what what
That's
you
not
want.
what you want. Exactly.
So
I would.
one thing that you can do
Yeah. Go
is do
ahead.
like reverse Kegels.
I was going to recommend
Um,
that. That's exactly what I was going to say as well. The reverse Kegels. Yeah.
So it's essentially, if you think about like it's,
Clench
think about a
release. Clench
Kegel is,
release.
yeah, is, stop, like, stopping the feeling like to urinate. It would be like more like
Right.
bearing down
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
Is and so getting your entire pelvic floor to be like, and if you can do that,
And get used to that
that
feeling
will,
of when it's
yeah,
non-clenched versus clenched, right? Like get used to that
and that
feeling.
can be, that'll become your new baseline.
Right. And then the trick is to get in that mindset when you're having intercourse, right? So you sort of like say, okay, here we're going to just relax it and just say, oh, I'm doing it. Don't think of anything else. Just say, I'm doing it.
Right.
I got to reduce.
I mean, you want to control it and not have it control you. So that's
Exactly.
It's the involuntary tension part. Is right now you're like, oh, this is just happening.
Right.
You want to be able to, hey, if I want this to happen, I can clench it. If I don't, it's relaxed. But
That's
you
right.
want to be in a default relaxed state. So
Own your clenching, Brooklyn.
reverse Kegels.
Own your clenching, reverse
Definitely.
Kegels. That's what we recommend. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice. Well, that was a good one. I like that. I like when we give good sex advice to help people enjoy their intimate
And is it hurting
encounters more.
anything? No, you're not hurting anything.
You're not hurting anything.
Like you're not.
Anything.
No one's getting hurt.
Except creating yourself anxiety and stress about it, apparently. So, you know what I mean? So,
well, yeah. I mean, and muscle fatigue, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. No, that's that's something you can absolutely work on and
yeah.
fix. I don't know.
Right. No, exactly. No, I agree. Exactly. All right. Next question comes from Mark from Oxford, Maryland. Let's see. Mark says, I moved into a new place with a family with 2 small children that live above me. Recently, I ordered a fleshlight from Amazon. I got notification when it arrived, but when I got home from work, I saw the box had already been picked up. I knocked on the neighbor's door to check. The kid opened the door. He said, oh yeah, the sex thing. My mom will grab it. My heart stopped. I'm horrifically embarrassed. A few months later, the mom stopped by and dropped it off, apologizing for opening it by mistake, and smiled at me. What the hell am I supposed to do now? I think the answer is nothing.
You start a new life under a new name.
I knew it was coming.
Country. No, that's what you do. Your life is over. First of all, you're no longer Mark.
You're no longer Mark from Oxford, Maryland. You are now.
Yeah. Absolutely not from Maryland, and you're absolutely not Mark. Yeah, I mean, you can still be a guy, but you're definitely you're the closest you're gonna get is Canadian. Because okay, a fleshlight is such a, I mean, it has the it has that like a hard plastic case and an inner.
Sure.
It's like, so you're literally
It's a
putting
thing.
your dick into it, and
An
but
apparatus.
it's like that's something that, like, if your landlord or the family that's there, because the kid said, "Oh, the sex thing." So the kids know. You
It
can't
depends
come
how
back
old
from
the
that.
kid is. It depends if
Not
the
Mark.
mom said something to the kid or if the kid figured it out and said, "Oh, this is a sex thing."
It doesn't matter. You're no longer Mark. You
Right.
need to leave, and you need to go find somewhere else, because your relationship with that family can never be repaired.
I think it's fine.
And you never
you can,
ever live a normal life
you can,
in this situation. You need.
You can also.
I'm sorry, no.
You can also. I wonder if you got one of those flashlights that you can get the ones that are modeled off of the celebrity porn stars. You can get like the.
Right, yeah,
There's a
you can get
model
also.
on
This
it.
is I'm talking about not Mark. Whatever new Mark is going to be. So
You are no
new
longer Mark.
You are no longer Mark. Anything but we'll call you anything but Mark. Anything but Mark. Move anywhere but Maryland.
Anywhere.
And
oh my god.
let us know, but do it from like a burner or you can tell us it's like, oh, this was Mark, but
Yep.
for the most part, try to forget your old self. It's gonna
What if
suck,
it's-
like
what
having
if
to
it-
like cut off
what
your
if it's
parents and like all
family
of your
and
loved
friends?
ones.
I'm
But this is what
saying
you have
family
to do.
and friends. What's he gonna do?
It's over. I mean, you should not have ordered a fleshlight from Amazon. That was your mistake. That was a life ender.
Oh my god.
That was a
and
legacy
they
ender.
do. So for
You
the
know what?
record,
if you want to keep your life, you need to start a new,
start
if there's
anew.
anything stash that you can sell.
Oh my god.
Mutual fund or a 401k.
I would. Okay, that's some advice. My advice would be, don't worry about it. Never mention it again. I think the mom
Or that.
had a giggle about it, and will think nothing more of it. I think that's it. It's over. Don't worry about it. There's nothing you could say, right? Can we both agree on that at least?
Right.
There's no conversation you
Right,
can
no,
have
what
with the
you
mom
could
or the
say-
children to address this.
Well, the
No-
next
no
time you saw
option.
the mom, you could say, "Hey, I noticed you smiled when you saw my fleshlight. I'd love to not have to use a fleshlight. So,
Right.
do you want to fuck?" Or if that,
I guess that's
that's
an
what I'm saying.
option.
You need to change your entire dynamic with the family, because once you start having sex
my
with the
God.
mom, then you're okay. No one cares about the fleshlight anymore, because now you're banging the mom. So you're back. You're good. You're Mark again. Yay! You can be Mark.
Go Mark.
Like, you're back. Everybody's like, "Holy shit, what happened to Mark?" Oh, he's just fucking everybody like that. That's so
He's that guy.
nailed it.
Oh my god. I'm guessing he said family with 2 small children, which means mom and dad. So he would have to somehow have this woman engage in an extramarital affair for your plan to
Right.
go to fruition, right?
Fine. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's not my first plan. My first plan is
Don't be Mark.
I'm not anything but Mark. That's plan A. That's the good moral responsibility. Is you just get out of you
I
never.
would not recommend this plan. I would just ignore.
You're essentially. It's like your matter and antimatter. If you guys ever occupy the same space again,
It'll explode.
like, the
It's
universe
done.
will explode.
It's done.
So yeah, you can't just. So you have to be like, you can't be with your twin. It's
Oh
like
my
you can't
God.
with the.
I'm just not that kind of
with
person
your
that can
parallel self, or
that
with
can
your like a past and future self. You can't do that.
yeah,
Time cop.
right.
That was the
Time
thing,
cop. Yeah, Jean Claude. Yeah, I can't imagine that there's any one mistake anybody can make where you have to abandon your entire life and start over.
There are so many.
Like every
There's so many more than you think.
Witness protection or something.
There are a lot more than you think. Yeah. It's
Like
surprising
one
how
error,
many people
and it
have
wasn't
start
even
new lives.
wasn't even his error. They opened his package.
No, you know what? And that happens.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
it's a bummer.
Oh my
But that's
That's just how it goes.
that's it. That's how it goes.
All right, Mark. I would
All right,
recommend
next
never
question.
speaking of this again. Green Pants recommends for you to change
Right.
your entire life. So
Yeah, I do.
we have a difference
think-
of opinion
I mean,
here.
I'm just gonna. That's what's gonna happen eventually. You're gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
through the fine. Suffer along as Mark until you can't take it anymore, and then you become
someone
whoever
else.
you're gonna become.
Right, become Javier.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway,
order flashlights from Amazon.
last question comes from Daryl from Roger City, Michigan. Daryl says, I found my ex-wife's nudes online. Her name was not attached to the photos, but there is enough there for me to be 100% sure it is her. The thing is, these photos are from before we were together. We're now divorced and have 2 young kids to co-parent, so I just bite my tongue, right? Yes.
Yes. Back on familiar ground. That's right. Yes. Yes. You're correct. Do nothing. Say nothing. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything.
Nothing happened.
You
Keep
didn't
them
ask this
keep them
question.
for your own personal records, of course. But however, you never
I
need to
would say
mention.
delete them, but of course,
Why would you
Vanguard has this
delete?
policy.
Why would you delete?
Because
them?
why do you save all of this? I mean,
Why would you not?
Because I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, have a drink. Drink that soda.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna throw it. Okay. You had ninja girlfriend. I know you do.
First of all, I don't understand why if for me it feels inappropriate, like to have, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And so if I was that, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I shouldn't be looking at this. So I'd probably just delete it.
What's the difference between you have it in your memory, right?
Yeah, but I don't have it in my RAM, in my
Because the RAM is an extension. The RAM is an extension of your memory.
I suppose if you want to look at it that way, like, you know, but
it's like when you get one of the,
trying to validate,
you know that little
your
claw
behavior.
arm. You get that claw arm where you could squeeze it and it gets a little. It's got a gripper and you can reach things far away, right? Like you get good enough with it and you can it's almost like an extension of yourself. Like you could go like grab, get it right. So is RAM. Extension of our memory.
So, are you entitled to any film and or photograph that you've ever seen?
Yes.
Happen in real life because your eyes saw it, so
Yeah, I think so.
Allowed to have the.
Why would your ability to retain that information be dependent on the quality of your your personal biological memory?
Because that's how human beings work. And so the other thing is called like looking at video evidence. Like that's
sure.
It's a very you're not replaying your own mind. You don't have a pensieve. You're not in Harry Potter looking back being like, oh, let me look at my memory.
Pensieve.
Like where was I? No. That's ridiculous.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
But,
Daryl, super easy. You say nothing. I mean, I think we're both in vehement agreement on this. You say nothing.
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. It's
oh my god.
Softball. Yeah, no need. And I suppose keep or delete the photos at your discretion. You found them online though, so it's not like they're not even his to delete. They're online. So somebody else's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in this it doesn't matter what, but as far as saying anything, do whatever you want. Jerk off to them every day. That's cool. Whatever. I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
I don't care.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's Vanguard wants you to jerk off to them every day. That's all he's saying.
I kind of do.
I mean,
it's like
it's cool.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, it is speedrun time, and it is my turn.
Oh, yep, and you're up.
I am.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
107, odd number.
Yeah, odd number, so it's me. So minutes on the timer. Green Pant's gonna fire the questions at me. I have 60 seconds to answer. Yeah, get the question list.
Okay, I have it. I am prepared as always.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we have the timer on the board?
The timer is up and ready. I will push the button as soon as you start reading the first question.
No, I get to the end of the first question.
End of the first question. That's what I meant.
Yep. Right.
3 questions, as best you can.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Sure.
You are ready. Okay.
Oh, yeah, why not?
As the king of cunnilingus evangelization,
that is true. I am.
Has your enthusiastic advocacy ever resulted in a spectacularly awkward conversation in a public setting?
Yes.
Okay, we will unpack that later. You famously ruined a romantic moment by awkwardly blurting out "good night" and leaving. What's the second most embarrassing thing that you've done that you've accidentally said to ensure that you didn't get late?
That's cool, and I'll explain that one later too. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
If a sentient human-sized piece of broccoli broke into your house, which weapon would you use to destroy it?
Flamethrower.
Or you make a friend?
Flamethrower.
Okay.
Must burn to crisp.
If you were tied to a chair and you were forced to endure a 24-hour movie marathon, which cinematic torture are you choosing? Highlander 2
or
Jim Cotta?
Oh, Jim Cotta. I would watch Jim Cotta for 24 hours over Highlander 2.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
We can go over that as well. What is the absolute weirdest, most unexplainable holodeck program you would run and then panic delete 80 times from the buffer to ensure no one ever saw it?
All right. It would be time's up, but it would be the show. You ever seen the show Hung? About a guy with a really big Dong.
I have heard of the show,
You've heard
but
of
I
the
have not
show?
seen.
It would
I have not
be
seen
the
how-
setting of that show, except the characters would be every woman I know in real life, plus the crew of Star Trek: The Next Generation, would all be in the show.
Now, would you want that, or you would that would be the thing that you want the most that you'd be embarrassed to admit?
Yes,
Or
because
the
there would
most
be
dangerous?
people I know would be
Oh, okay. Oh,
involved
yeah,
with me
yeah.
in a
Like
sexual way in the
like that
show.
episode,
Right.
right? Which was addressed in
There was
a few
literally
other
a Next
episodes
Generation
of
episode
yeah.
of using the holodeck inappropriately. Yeah, I would be that guy. I was Barclay, Lieutenant Barclay, and I would be Lieutenant Barclay in this case.
Barclay. Yep, Lieutenant
Because
Barclay.
if there was a holodeck, of course we would use it for sexual things. Why would we not?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I really don't understand. Although it's interesting because we got to look at this really quick. So the way the holodeck works is because they had the technology to produce force fields, so they could produce a field of energy in space and shape it however they want. Right. That's what gives
Right.
holodeck items solidity. Right. So and they project images on top of that force field, it makes it look real. Right. So if you did have intercourse with one of the holodeck things, you would basically be ejaculating into this force field that once it was turned off, the ejaculate would then fall to the floor, right? The actual
Right.
physical floor. And whose job is it to clean that floor? That's something I wondered quite a bit for a long time.
Uh, for me, okay, so yeah, how I think of the holodeck
Yes.
is okay. So the first thing I would do is I would say, I would have build like a little, holodeck notebook LM, and I would upload the one of my famous first reads at the tender age of 15, the Encyclopedia of Bizarre and Unusual Sex Practices.
Yes.
In that tome, there are 700 different
Yes.
practices that are in there.
Yes.
But the you could like break all of the different themes down into like ecosystems, and then have like 700 asset packages
Yes.
for each different one. But going to the force field thing, I would have to delete a whole bunch of them that if I just had that set that up, I would cause massive damage, because if someone, okay, let's say someone was into autoerotic asphyxiation,
Massive
so they're
damage.
like in the holodeck,
Right.
and so but the holodeck is programmed to like not let people but the only way that they can get off is by feeling like they're about
Choking.
to die.
Agreed.
So choking, and they come. So the holodeck has a hell of a time with that. And then
There's
if you
safety
have a panic
protocols
attack
that you need to
and you
override.
can't say computer override,
Right.
and you die, and then it's a whole episode, and I would watch it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, I wonder like how like if someone had the fetish of being buried alive.
Yes.
And,
You could do that in a holodeck.
Well, like, okay, think about it from a force field standpoint.
Right.
So it's like, okay, you've got the dirt and the box, and then
Right.
okay, so it's like, okay, so but the way the holodeck works is it knows your location from all the different
Right.
sensors. So by being
Yes.
all enclosed in that, it would totally fuck up. It would have such a hard time figuring out where you were. You know what I mean, in relation to.
Oh, I guess that's true. Well, no, we would
Yeah.
know what the real matter was versus the holodeck matter, I would think, right? And you have to you could probably give pre-instructions like, don't let me perish, but bury me alive. That kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, here we go. I just looked up what this was. Or if you are looking for if you want to give Geordie LaForge a heart attack,
Yes.
the highest objective risk is undeniably taphophilia, the sexual arousal from being buried alive. From a
Got it.
programming, safety protocol, and basic biological standpoint, a taphophilia overlay is a little nightmare for the holodeck computer. This is why. It said,
Okay.
the standard holodeck works by constantly tracking a user's biosigns, positions,
Yes.
and eye movements
Yes.
using optical and internal sensors built into the grid walls. When you load taphophilia scenario, you are deliberately
Obscuring those inputs. Taphophilia.
Yeah, it's sorry.
Oh my god, it's great.
It's a very yeah. So essentially, uh, you're when you load the scenario, you're deliberately packing the user into like a dense simulated coffin or underground chamber surrounded by hundreds of pounds of simulated replicated Earth. This
Yes.
creates a massive sensor shadow. The computer's ability to monitor the user's respiration, heart rate, and neural stress drops significantly when buried beneath solid matter,
Got
even
it.
holographic matter.
Okay.
If the user starts suffocating or has a genuine medical emergency, the computer might not register it instantly.
So you might need to do it on a timer
If
basis,
the
like a minute and a
user
half.
dirt, the user is under actual physical weight, requiring force fields to keep them from being crushed. If the
Right.
power fluctuations common to the USS Enterprise occur, those force fields drop and the user is instantly crushed or suffocated by actual manager.
Yeah.
Psychological risk is astronomical.
Or they would need, right? So they would need if you were like in a coffin type device, you would need like a string with a bell. You could have the holodeck make that, and you go ding ding, like when you hear the bell, like get me out of here, kind of thing.
Which they used to put on coffins,
Right?
in
because
case
exactly,
the deceased woke up,
in
which
case the
they
deceased
sometimes
woke
did.
up, exactly. Yeah, I tell you, that's the thing. Hey, don't kink shame.
Yeah. So the answer to the Highlander Gymkata
Gymkata,
thing
no
is
question.
absolutely Gymkata.
Right?
Is
Because Gymkata's campy.
Yes, Gymkata is
Gymkata.
a movie
So bad.
about a U.S. gymnast
Right.
that is
Learns martial arts.
recruited by the government to go to a place called Parmistan,
Mhm.
where the people there are essentially like tribal and all that, but they
Right.
need to use that space to have a to put a satellite station that's going to be necessary for the Star Wars program.
Mhm.
So they've got to get into that location, and the only way anyone's allowed to enter their country is if they enter this tournament in
Right.
which they have to basically defeat all this stuff. So
Yeah.
hence Gymkata.
Gymkata.
The man runs he runs through a place called the Village of the Damned,
Yes.
and there's a stone pommel horse which he
Yes.
gets onto and does his just sheer like that is it's painful, but like it doesn't yeah, it's campy, and it's also like it doesn't break any promises. It was
Yes.
just a silly campy 80s movie.
Yes.
Highlander 2 is an abortion. It's like a debacle. It's
really
an
is.
absolute
There's no value. No value.
because it is yeah, Jesus Christ. Like there's like it's like if Highlander 2 is just like depressing because it just has a nonsensical plot because you had like the I'm trying to think of like because like the original Highlander was like a self-contained story. You've got this group of immortals that are essentially what is the plot of
It's like aliens and some stupid shit. They like gave him his immortality back. It's so bad.
yeah no
the quickening. It's called the quickening.
Right okay, yeah. So
and they brought Sean Connery back after he got decapitated.
Okay, so what happened was they
so bad.
So the first thing is just like these immortals wandering through Earth, fighting each other, trying to claim this prize, which turns out ultimately to be mortality.
Mhm.
And so Christopher
Right.
Lambert like wins the ability to have children and the power to read
Boom.
thoughts.
Done.
The end.
Roll credits.
And then Connor McLeod like basically is he wins the tournament, he kills Kurgan, and it's done. That's it. Now, but money. So
but money.
for Highlander 2, the writers
But
had
money.
written themselves into a complete corner.
Right.
So what they did was they start Highlander 2 with 500 years ago in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the characters are now on the planet Zeist.
Right. Right.
And they are
I remember
aliens.
that Zeist. Yes.
And so it basically
So bad.
throws away the entire first movie.
The whole mythos of everything.
It makes the entire first movie completely pointless, which is enraging. It
really
because
is.
it's like the worst money grab type of thing. Because then you have Sean like
Even Sean Connery didn't want to be there, and you could tell he didn't want to be there, right?
I mean, it's like he's because there's a line in it that says there's a line where he basically says like, remember, you were born on the planet Zeist
Yeah.
or something, and it's
Yeah.
like
Like,
it's
what?
like, no, you weren't. What?
Right. You're born in the Highlands of
Like-
Scotland. It's literally called Highlander. You were born in the Highlands of Scotland. Jesus
Yeah, it's
fucking
like,
Christ.
they're alien revolutionaries on Zeist fighting against a tyrannical dictator named General
Oh my
Katana.
God. Oh my God.
As
So bad.
the rebellion failed as punishment, the rulers of Zeist sentenced McLeod and Ramirez to be exiled to a primitive planet called Earth. The immortal thing, just a side effect of the exile process. They were sent to Earth in a state where they wouldn't age, and they were forced to kill each other until only one was left. The winner would ultimately choose to grow old on Earth or return to Zeist. That was the...
No news insists it never happened. It's true. I have friends who I have friends who swear they went to the movie and some opening scene happened and they just saw blackness and then they saw credits and they're like, oh, what was that about? We should ask for my money back.
Because as someone who has seen worse movies than Highlander 2, because I'm
I
bringing
know,
up
of course.
Giancana, but when you have Sean Connery's playing an Egyptian working for the King of Spain, who's revealed to be an alien, but he still talks with his Scottish accent,
right? It's like
the
Spaniard with
that, and him saying Zeist.
Yeah.
Remember,
you
were born on Zeist. Like, it's just it
was so fucking bad. It was probably the most.
It's truly its own factor.
Right.
It baffles me.
Right. It's probably one of the worst sequels ever.
Giancana is one of the best things I've ever seen.
The which one?
No, the worst sequel ever is Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Fair. That's the worst sequel ever. That's true. I think
I would watch Highlander 7 times.
7 times over Speed 2. Agreed.
Once.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so terrible.
It made me so angry.
Yeah, as a IMDb, it gives Highlander 2 4.2 out of 10, which I think is slightly generous. But
yeah, I mean,
oh my God.
And then they did because they also like all of a sudden put it in like this post-industrial cyberpunk 90s aesthetic with like neon shit where you're like, wait, what? Like the other one was in the Scottish Highlands.
Right. Made no goddamn sense. It was like all Gymkata just promises you like gymnastics masked as martial arts in a place called Parmistan, and by God, it delivers. Right, and
like,
his big montage training scene was him walking up his hands up the stairs. That was like when he was ready.
Right.
He
exactly.
wasn't
It was
ready
all
until
just
he made it.
It was all just gymnastic. But turning like mystical, tragic immortals into like
aliens,
alien eco terrorists is kind of like a slap in the face.
It is.
So,
it is.
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
You don't do that.
Not okay. Not okay.
Like, it also takes itself way too seriously too.
Right.
Like,
it was like meant to be. Yeah, it was horrible.
You're watching like a drenched Christopher Lambert who's
always in the rain. Yeah.
Like fighting.
Half the movie's in the rain.
Alien mercenaries.
Yeah. Half the movie's in the rain. It's like
in this like
so ridiculous,
dark dystopian, heavily polluted city.
Oh my God.
Like
they took it
like there's no joy.
Right.
Like any and all joy.
It's like basically they took the first script, threw it on the ground, just took a big giant whiz right on it. Said, here's what we're gonna do.
Highlander 2 definitely that script was hit with the number 2.
Oh my God,
like
absolutely.
Yeah.
No news says he hasn't watched it since 1991 when it came out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've only seen it the one time.
Yeah,
as well.
same.
But for some reason the ozone layer is gone, and there's a laser shield that is
right,
over.
And the satellites and stuff like that. It's the most nonsensical. It's kind of like
aggressively bleak.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're. It's like if the writers' room I'm picturing like 4 writers in the writers' room. Only one of them is sober. The others are spitting random shit on the whiteboard, and they're just like writing whatever comes to mind, and they threw it all together.
Right.
And it's okay. Here we go.
Yeah, Gymkata is like a hilarious like train wreck, but
right.
like Highlander 2 is a betrayal, I would say.
I agree,
Like,
actually. I agree. It was
you
a
know,
betrayal.
that's kind of what it is because
I
you're
love
not
the
like,
first
there's
one
no
so
source
much.
material that you're like,
Right.
you could just be
Exactly.
like, this is a movie I may or may not like.
There was no vision
but-
to be broken because there was no
But
vision.
like, there's nothing to, you know,
It's like,
you're not retroactively like shitting on something else that other people loved. Like
Exactly.
that's what sucks.
exactly.
And especially when you retcon it so badly that you actually like in the canon make what made the first one great irrelevant.
Right.
That sucks.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, so
I
sad.
think in Hollywood they call that
Lucasizing something.
stupid. Fucking stupid. I think.
Fucking
I think it's just
stupid.
called just a absolutely.
All right. What
fucking
were these? What were these other questions? It was
Um,
about burn the
let me-
sentient
oh,
broccoli. Sentient broccoli, no problem. Just burn it with a flamethrower.
I would have a new best friend.
That's great.
I would make a new friend.
You and
obviously.
why don't you and the broccoli get freaking married?
I would enjoy it. I would have
You-
vitamin
you,
A.
you and the broccoli should get
uh,
freaking married for all I care. It's great. I
mean,
wish the best for you
because
two.
That's financially makes no sense. It would be just we
friend,
would figure it out.
a companion.
It would not be polyamory because it's a vegetable, but it would, we'd figure it out. But me as Mrs. Green Pants and I would figure
the
out how to
broccoli.
work sentient broccoli into
Into
our
your
family.
relationship, right? Of course.
And I'm not
broccoli.
saying necessarily the bed. I'm just saying into our family.
Oh my god.
That's absolutely doable.
We talked about the other
well-
times I deliberately chose to not get myself laid. I think was another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my story on that
Yes.
is I was hanging out with a girl who was a friend at the time, and she was with, I believe, engaged, actually. Was she engaged? No, maybe not. But she was with this person who was a friend also, and they were together a long time. And the friend was away, and me and this girl were hanging out a lot, but I thought nothing of it because I'm like, nope, this girlfriend's my buddy, no big deal. And then she would tell me a story. She's like, yeah, my boyfriend and I always talk about like that I've never been with anyone else, and that I should experience that before we get married. I should be with someone else. So I should, be with someone else and experiment with someone like this. And I went, oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Mine's
What's
worse.
yours?
I went on a very long, awkward, expensive date. I got to the
remember
end of
this.
the date, and at the end was like, I meant for your roommate to answer. I'm sorry.
I remember that.
So that was awkward.
Yes.
um,
I remember that situation. You
not
dated
phrasing
the one girl.
Terrible.
You hooked up with the other girl. Oh wait, let me see if I remember this right. You dated the one girl on a couple dates. You hooked up with the other girl at a party, the other roommate, and they're both roommates. You called, and the one that picked up the phone was the one that you took out on the expensive date. Do I get that right? Is that how it does?
Not quite, but it is. You're the ballpark very close.
Yes.
The cast of characters is all correct.
Yes. Roommate.
As were that there were phone calls and they were made, and there was a communication breakdown.
Yes.
And also just some straight up shit luck when
Yep.
it comes to, because back in the day people didn't have cell phones, so
Right.
you never knew who was going to pick up the phone.
I have
Sometimes
no
it was
idea.
the person you wanted. Sometimes it was a person you absolutely did not want to pick up that phone. So that is what happens.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like since I'm not like a cunnilingus advocate at as you are, but I've
Oh, this
definitely
story, right.
I've had loud public conversations about the dangers of blowjobs.
It's a good one.
So
That's a good one. Yeah.
because
I
it
think.
can be very dangerous,
Yeah.
as we've talked about on the show before.
So you're right. It's a blow up, but your question to me was specifically about cunnilingus, right?
Yeah.
And there was one incident where it was a mixed crowd, so it was friends I was close with, and then kind of like acquaintances, kind of like friends of friends things. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
someone was going on about how one of those acquaintances was going on about how this girl, she's like, oh, nothing I do. She doesn't seem that interested. We've hooked up a bunch of times, and she doesn't seem that into me, and doesn't seem into it. And then I asked, did you provide her with cunnilingus? And I was insistent that that's what he needed. And these people who were my acquaintances and not friends were not quite prepared for that level of in-depth information. So
Right.
they were extremely embarrassed, and I was like, "Well, what's the big deal?" You know. And then one of the couple was
Yeah, I have
mortified,
that
and I'm
too
like, "Well,
sometimes
do you
where-
guys do it?" It's like, if not, you should be. You know, that kind of thing.
Right. And people and yeah, there's a good section of people who are like, that is something that cannot be discussed.
Like, why are you talking about
Yeah,
that? Right,
I think
exactly.
you and I both fall into the
Of course you
why.
do. Right. Why? Of course
So,
not. You talked about everything.
um,
Right? It's fine.
You know, that's actually very European too. Like like when I lived in the
Oh
Netherlands,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
people were very like just like would just what we would consider in the States like really
Taboo.
personal type
Yeah,
information
yeah,
was
yeah.
just sort of like
Whatever. Let's talk
like,
about
oh,
it.
so how much do you make?
Right.
Like I mean, it wasn't
For
like
sure.
the idea of like not of hiding your salary is
Right.
like a truly American thing.
Right. And they're
Where
comfortable with
it's like-
nudity and more, and
Yeah, no.
talk about their sexuality. You know what I
Um,
mean? It's just so much more chill. I think we got to blame the Christians on that one, right? I think that's got to be like a big thing.
They really do fill that grab bag, and so yeah, for a lot of the things, I think you can
That's why we can't have nice things. Oh my god.
well, Fox News tells me that the Christians are very persecuted. They have a very hard time
Hard
being
time
a
for them.
Christian in America.
So
is
challenging.
a nightmare.
How
Try
dare
to
you
have
say?
Christmas.
How dare you say
There's
Happy
a
Holidays?
giant war. I did.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
That is their holiday.
Right. Right. Of course they
You know,
loved. Of
just
course they
like
claim
Jesus,
they
that Christmas tree that Jesus had.
they claim they love Jewish people, but they also don't want to hear anything about any Jewish holiday or the plight of Jewish people or Hanukkah or any. I don't want to hear any of that.
Well, the claim to love Jewish people is lying.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
Exactly.
I think for a lot of that,
Oh my god.
especially when you have the Christians who are like Jews killed Jesus type of.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like no,
the
Romans did, actually.
Mel Gibson type of.
Right, or something.
Christian.
Yes, right. But Mel Gibson just do whatever Mel Gibson can do to be anti-Semitic. I think he
Yeah,
just goes
yeah.
for it. Like
That's
whatever theory or historical
Picks that ball right
myth
up
He can
and runs
he
with
can
it.
latch onto. But
Yep, absolutely.
uh,
Oh my god.
so yeah, yeah. I
Great.
think we did it. Did
We did,
that
yeah.
was all 5.
I think that was it. I mean, I think we covered good things. We had maybe a couple softballs
Solid.
and some good, solid ones.
Oh, well,
Um,
sorry, softballs, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, yes. The looking up the pictures of your. Oh, yeah. Anything to do with the pictures of any. Yeah, do nothing. Question 5, definitely softball.
yeah, exactly.
But I appreciate softballs because
It's great.
question 1 was more serious.
And
So,
validation. It's
know.
like, am I thinking wrong? No, you're not. You're spot on. You know, it's like that's good. You need to hear that
Yep.
sometimes. You know, from two.
right, which is good to
straight-
see. It's not you were like, do I bite my tongue, right? Yep,
Right.
That's what you do.
Correct.
Totally.
Yeah, and,
So,
and of course you need to hear that
love
from
to
two.
see that, folks.
Right. You have to. Of course, you need to hear that from two, straight white guys who have no degrees in sociology or psychology, telling you what you should be doing. So
Right, but
that's
um, we have watched a lot of television.
sure.
And we have read a lot of leather-bound books.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't, but
I'm
yeah, thank you
being
for sending us questions. We do appreciate
yeah,
it.
we do very much. And I'm being flippant. Of course, we're pretty broadly knowledged in a lot of different areas. So I think we
Well,
covered the things needed
Try
to
to
be
make
covered.
sure that we're educated.
Try to be
and,
educated. Education's very important.
We're here to help.
Belittle
So-
education. We are here to help. So, yeah, fill out the more questions. We need 5 more questions for next
Yep.
week. We're going to answer them.
Yep. Please put them down under here.
And again, get ready. We have a special coming up soon in the next few weeks. It's going to be about, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's going to be a different, slight change in the format. And but we think you're still going to find it enjoyable and it's still going to help people. So that's our plan for that. It's that idea we have on the whiteboard, remember?
Oh no, I'm well. You told me that one was illegal. Okay, so not the
Well,
illegal.
Not
thing.
the illegal one. The other one.
Well, the other thing was illegal too.
The illegal thing's the thing you wrote. It's like, I don't
Shit,
know
I can't remember
why.
anything that wasn't illegal.
I don't know why
Okay,
you
we'll
keep...
talk about it after.
We will. I don't know why you
That's
keep
fine.
insisting on like It's like,
Because
no, we
it's
can't
okay.
do
There's a lot of
that.
laws that are just lame. Like
I
I don't
know,
like
sure,
you know, whatever.
sure,
Who,
I
yeah,
get
like
it.
who knew? Like there's a lot of you just not just
I get
set
it.
traps. So much stuff you can't
Something.
do.
I know, it
Um,
was funny. I was talking to a quick aside, and because we were talking about Europe, is that I was on a cruise ship, and one of they do those photographer stations, where you kind of like
hmm,
stand in front of a backdrop, and they go click a click, and then they sell you the photos at the end
right.
of the cruise
And
for a
and
ridiculous
they
amount of
sell
money.
you at an outrageous over the price.
Yeah, absurd amount of money.
Markup.
And the one of the photographers was from, I forget where, somewhere in Central Europe, and he was asking me legitimate questions about the U.S. because he didn't understand. He's like, so you have like your country, but you have like states, and I'm like, yeah, states like a province, kind of like sort of like a thing. He's like, oh, okay, and cities? He's like, yeah, cities and then towns, and there's also counties. He's like, counties. So I explained the whole layered concept, and he's like, did the governments for each of those things? I'm like, actually, yeah, and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's like, how do you know what laws to follow? And I'm like, you know what? Fair question.
Right. It makes no sense. Yeah. Yeah.
And I
It's so
said,
complicated.
and I explained, well, I'm
It's
like, well, when
how do you
get
know
to-
which laws to enforce? Oh, funny thing about that.
Funny
What
about
you
that,
do
exactly.
is you keep laws on the books and then you selectively
Enforce
enforce them.
them.
That's how that works.
And that's how the
And-
system
and-
works, exactly.
and-
And then I said, I'm like, well, mostly like when you get to the lower levels, like the town local laws, that's mostly like what day is trash day and don't pick up your dog waste. You know what I mean? That's like
yeah,
kind
the
of
more
like
ordinances.
the more
There's
ordinate.
not,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
like-
There's no like
not
special,
to worry as much
like,
about those.
You can't commit a special town felony.
Right. And then if you live in a condo
You
association,
piss on the mayor's flowers.
exactly.
It's a felony. It's a minimum
And then-
1 year.
Right. And then if you live in a condo association, you have those rules you have to abide by. Just
Right.
rules upon rules.
No kids in the pool.
Right.
No one in the pool after 10.
Exactly.
No one in the pool alone.
No mirror ball decorations in your little front garden area. It's like no
Right.
flamingos.
Right. Yeah, I broke every single rule.
I know.
but,
I know
yeah.
you do. Yeah.
Then when they start billing you though, that's when it sucks because then they start.
Oh, they'll
because-
fine you,
because do have
absolutely.
to pay. Yeah, those because you do have owe those condo fees, and so
course
they
you
just
do.
make your bill like, oh shit, I owe an extra
Right,
100. Like, and
'cause
and
they
they,
throw-
and they
they'd
do it,
stack
but
it on.
what's merciless is
They
is
can
that
put a
they're-
lien
it's
on
like
your
the mouth.
house. They put a
It's
lien
like
on your
having a
house.
bookie.
If you don't pay it, they put a lien on your
Well,
property.
what they start with is they just do. It's a $20 a day
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like, violation. So while
Right.
you do, so it will just keep adding up.
Adds
so
up.
until you take care of it, it's like okay, it's
paying.
your problem. So like
Right.
however many days you're willing to pay $20 until
That's
you
it.
get it fixed,
Until it's fixed. Yeah, exactly.
which
exactly.
is motivating, especially it was 30 years ago. Very motivating.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Funny. Oh, no news threw on there. He's like, why do people still know that Boogaloo is the word for bad sequel, which is of course a reference to Break-In 2, Electric
Breaking
Boogaloo.
Two, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, which was horrible because Break-In 1 was a breakout. Poor
Yeah,
choice
but
of words. A very
then
genre-defining
Highlander
movie
2
that was
came
very
out.
good. And then Highlander 2 came out, and people said, "Oh, it's like a Boogaloo." Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yep.
Speed 2 Cruise Control came out.
And then Speed
and-
2 Control, right? And then and then The Last Jedi came out many years later.
Oh God, yeah.
We could go on and on.
And we could go on and on about things that have been ruined.
But
you know,
and
things we love that have been ruined.
Yes.
Like definitely whole show.
and capitalism
So-
did all of them. So thank you, capitalism. It's just like-
You know.
But we're gonna sign up for now. I think we're good. So
And some
thank you guys.
win
You
very little sometimes.
very little, lose some,
But
lose
yes,
many, win.
but yeah, we will be
few.
back here next week.
Yeah, we should be good
unless
next week.
you are. You're a good
No,
Vanguard,
I am
you're here,
in.
you're-
I am in town, and I'll be here next week. So all
You
is
need to check
well.
your calendar.
I
Google Alert.
have checked my calendar. I have Google Alert. I
You're
will
on
be
time this
here
week, so that was very nice.
I will be here next
I appreciate it.
Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. 9:30
about 9:30.
9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S.
There you
time.
go.
I'll be here with you with 5 more questions. So, thank you guys. Love you all.
Until then.
Until then.